Motherfucking. That's all I ever seem to find in my heart lately. I'm starting to think that no one can save me. The darkness inside of my heart's not changing. I can see by the look on your face you hate me. I'm on that left suicide shit, superhero, no sidekick. Wanna see dead inside, just look me in my eyes, bitch.
We're on time.
Boom. Surprise. We're here at 9. Suck it.
9, 10, 11, 5 a.m., whatever time it is where you're at.
We're here with Spencer from A War Within. I only heard about this band last Friday. And my life has been better since for listening to your music. God damn it. You're the singer, dude. Like, holy shit. So if you guys want to go check out A War Within, for Christ's sake. It's seriously.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean any disrespect by this. I hope you don't take it. I don't think you will, but it sounds like something I would hear on one of those Trustkill samplers they used to put out back in the day. Remember those records, the CDs full of Trustkill records? They have all the good bands.
Early 2000s, right?
Damn straight. Yeah. That is in no way an insult. I love it.
I mean, to make a nice compilation like that, yeah. I think, you know what? Even if you were making fun of me, I'd be like, I'll take that as a compliment. Why not?
No.
Why not?
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, he was. We played. What track? Oh my gosh!
Blood for blood.
Yeah, we played that last Friday, and the next morning he was like, "Hey, heads up, the rest of the album's amazing." And I was like, "Oh, I'm going right now." I'm going. And 10 minutes later, I was like, "Dude, what? This is like we loved. We loved Blood for Blood, and then we were like, oh my god, the whole thing.
The whole thing
Absolute
is so
killer.
good. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that.
And you guys, like, I a little bit of background that I know about is I know you're fully independent. You do all the booking yourself, everything like that for your shows. That's huge. We're big fans of indie music, so good for you.
Yeah,
man.
we used to have a manager. Went managed independent. Basically, I'm the manager. We used to have a booking agent, but I feel like we went through a couple booking agents and they just didn't really work out. It's probably the most difficult position to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Same with managers, but I feel like booking is probably a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be. I don't even know if people know how that works. You're literally pounding pavement for a band trying to get them shows, right?
You're sending out. You go on a 30-day tour. You got to send at least minimum 30, right? 30 emails to check out on venues. Probably more than that because you get a venue that says we're busy or we're booked or we don't want this band or we don't have a show that night. So you're sending more than that. But yeah, it's a headache. That's why I try not to book our tours. Anytime we get on a tour, it's usually through a third-party company. But any other shows that we set up is usually through me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they always say send out double invitations because you'll get half the people that will say yes. So I would assume it's probably same of thing. Like if you got a 30-day tour, you need at least 60 emails going out.
Yeah, that's just emails in general, right? If you're trying to get on Spotify playlists, if you're trying to get a collab, if you're trying to do anything, to get a radio interview, you got to send 10 times as many to get one.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We got Nicole from Germany is here. We got Jane from Sweden's here. So good morning, ladies. Hope you're well today. It's like 5 a.m. there. These guys always wake up for us. So thank you.
Good morning. Dude, I love our Europe. We have some awesome European fans that I know. So it's good to make more European fans out there.
That's good.
Europe takes music so much more
seriously
on a different level than Americans. So
yeah, same as Canada.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I always feel like you see like the lineups for the European festivals and you're just like, what the hell? Like, and there used to be so many in the States, but they were like half the size and it was like a 1-day thing. And you'd have like a bunch of good bands on them, but then there were like, 15 or 20 that you actually heard about as far as festivals through the entire country. And they've got like 50 of them over there. It's just like,
well,
and they're
you
huge.
look at Whacking,
yeah,
Rock 'em Ring, fucking
Download.
whatever else. Yeah, the
Yeah,
Download Festival is fucking huge.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not fair. I don't like it.
No.
I always see the lineup and I'm like, maybe we'll get something like that. Or, maybe like a quarter of that will come through. Like even Rocklahoma is like, you would think that being one of the bigger ones, you'd get like a whole bunch, you'd get a similar lineup because it's 3 days. And then it's like, no.
That's
Every
still
band,
a solid lineup though.
every band
Usually
knows
Rocklahoma
that
was pretty good.
they do like a whole bunch of festivals during the summer, especially when you're a bigger band.
Yeah.
And that's the tour that you do is just the festivals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's gotta be crazy. I don't know.
I'm just glad they're coming back now. So
Yeah.
but now it's gonna be like, oh, this band's going on tour, they're going on tour, this festival's cool, that it's like there goes all my money.
Yeah. Everything is coming back right now.
Yeah.
The competition, I'm sure, is way crazier.
Except in Europe, they canceled Whacking, son of a bitch.
Oh no.
That sucks.
Well, now I don't feel so bad.
Sorry, Nicole.
We might not get quite the same lineup, but at least we get the festival. That helps a little bit.
I don't know. Up here, I don't even know what they're doing up here. I think we have like, I don't know. There's one bigger show I think I saw, and that was it. I don't know. At the first ever dedicated, like socially distanced venue in Canada or something. That's how they're billing it in Edmonton. I don't know. So I think you just sit outside on a picnic blanket, probably spaced out. That's probably how they do it. I don't know. Who knows? I guess we'll see.
Doesn't sound very fun, but I mean, I guess whatever you gotta do.
Weren't they talking a long time, or when COVID was like at its highest point, when they were talking about doing concerts? What was the hell is that band? Hot Heat or something? Didn't they do something with like putting people literally in like bubbles, like protective bubbles
with the
or
flaming
something?
lips. They put
flaming lips.
Put people in bubbles.
Fuck, that's funny.
Other people were doing like drive-in concerts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that. They did one of those
Hey,
up here.
Whatever it takes, right?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Whatever you got to do to get your money, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would want to spend like. Can you imagine how hot those like the little the human hamster balls got for those people?
Really hot. Sticky.
I don't think that would be very comfortable.
No, I'd be too claustrophobic.
It'd be just like playing a regular show. Usually it's dead summer and it's
Right.
hot as balls. It's no different.
Everybody's
It's a full
hot and sweaty and
experience.
gross, except for this time you're just in a bubble, drowning in your own sweat.
At least
Yeah.
the only smell is yours, and you're only sweating
Yeah.
on yourself. It's not someone else sweating on you. You can put like a windshield wiper on it and just.
I've seen and met a couple people at shows to know that I'd probably want to be bathing in my own stench than someone else's.
Right?
Especially I'm a short person, so like anytime I'm at a festival and stuff, like there's always a 6 foot tall person in front of me,
Oh.
and
Yep.
you get packed into the crowd, and then you get like some dude's hairy back sweat just, and it's the worst.
I hate
No,
that.
I feel your pain because I'm only 5 feet tall,
There you
and
go.
if I'm not in the front row, I'm just listening for the most part
Yeah.
because it never
Good.
fails. There's some dude that's like 6'7" right in front of me, and I'm like, I love the back of your head. It's really cool.
Yes.
Very nice shape.
See, now I'm a
Everyone-
tall person, and I'm aware of that. And I make sure that if there's someone shorter behind me, I move out of the way because I can see. Often I'll just stand in the back like a good person because I'm tall. That's fine.
I got stuck behind a guy one time, and the back of his shirt said, "Sorry, I'm not moving," and I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Yeah, you asshole. At least he was honest, I guess. So what's
It's a very honest shirt.
you guys have one show booked so far this summer, right? Was that the Rock Ridge Festival or something like that?
Blue Ridge Rock Fest in Virginia.
Nice.
That's a
When
good
is-
lineup too. Yeah, that
Is
would
it?
be
Yeah.
cool.
There's like 11 headliners and then like 40 other smaller bands and then like maybe like 100. It's a lot. It's a 4-day festival, so I don't really know exactly how many bands.
Holy shit! Good for
It's
you.
a huge lineup. Oh yeah, it's a huge lineup.
That'll be
Yeah, it'll
good.
be fun. Yeah, it'll be real
Nice.
fun
Which day
outdoor
did you
festival.
guys? Which day did you guys end up on?
We're on Sunday, like at 2:00 on 2:30 on Sunday or something like that.
That's a sweet spot.
Who's the headliner that night? I'm trying to think. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't know if the headliners have been announced on days. I know like the couple headliners that have been announced have been like Ghost Inside, Shinedown. What was it, Rob Zombie or Limp Bizkit or something like that?
Oh
I think
yeah.
so.
Breaking Benjamin.
Mm.
Even without the headliners, some of the other bands are still huge. So there's so many good bands. It's gonna be a long weekend for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long weekend.
Yeah.
How far are you from Virginia? Like how long a drive is that? For you?
Detroit, I think, is about a 12, 13-hour drive.
Jeez.
So not when you're on tour, like a 12-hour drive is like a
Yeah.
pretty intense drive overnight. So
Yeah.
we'll probably leave Wednesday and get there like at a decent time on Thursday, something like that.
Yeah.
Not stress about it.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's on-site camping, so that should be fun.
Nice. Nice.
That'll
Now
be a
the
good
key to
time.
that is you have to set up the tent before you get hammered. So I did that backwards one time.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we have our tour van has bunks.
Oh.
pretty
you're
much-
fucking.
yep.
You're
There you
set,
go.
man. You're
You don't have
We'll
to
golden.
just
do
pull up, dude.
anything.
Don't have to do any. I just pull up. No tent setting up whatsoever. We do have a tent though, but it'll be for merch. But
There you go.
yeah, well, I'm very curious to know how we'll be if they have power. I think it's at an amphitheater, so it's
Oh,
like
cool.
as far as power goes, I think there's power, and it's like a camp. They like to make it a campground, so I'm sure there'll be generators or whatnot power
Yeah.
throughout
Yeah.
the area.
100%. 100%. That's really exciting. I wish you all the best with that. That'll be fucking good.
Thank you.
You guys
Thank
will kill it. Like you guys strike me
Uh-huh.
as, I haven't seen any live footage yet, as I'm only just getting my toes wet. But you're a band I would fucking pay to see live for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I feel like we pride ourselves on our energy.
Mhm.
Even though it's like we're like a metal band, but I think I don't know. I personally always feel that we're like not a metal band. We're like a really hard rock band.
Yeah.
But no, I think we hold our own with a lot of the metal bands that are there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
People are moving over there.
It's my dog.
Oh, yeah, I saw
Is
your
that-
kitty in the background there.
Yeah, I have a zoo here. I think
She has 75 pets at any given time.
Nice. You should just have them cycle through you during the show.
well, the cats are like there's one of the cats just keeps coming, so you'll just randomly see me like set her down throughout the show. I'm
Nice.
constantly doing this, and then the other one's sitting over there. Oh, he's got his head stuck in a box again.
That's your puppy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's funny. He's funny.
Nice.
so that's probably going to go on for a while because I'm not helping him. He's going to have to learn,
Sort that out.
and it's funny to watch. So I'm just going to let him do it.
Hey Mason, what's up, buddy? JB, welcome, folks.
JB's here.
Yeah, what's up, you guys?
Missed
I
you.
am. I'm over here looking at everybody that's been announced so far, and I'm just like, ooh, like Seven Dust is there,
Oh, yeah.
which Pigweed is there. Like, there's a
Oh, Pigweed's there, eh? Okay.
yeah.
Good for them.
Like, this is a really, really cool lineup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's stacked beyond stacked. It's like I don't know any other festival that's 4 days. So
That's a good
Yeah, that's pretty. Like, usually you get
Get
like
the
the Friday,
2 or the
Saturday,
3,
Sunday thing,
yeah.
but
yeah, like Rock Am Ring is 3 days or 2 days. Rock
Yeah.
on the Range was 3 days.
Yeah.
So this one's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's gonna be a lot of like dirty,
Oh yeah.
really drunk people by Sunday.
Oh yeah, dude. Especially with like Shinedown's crowd, and I expect
Mhm.
like a lot of blue collar people there, because it's camping too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like we're probably not gonna get any sleep because people can be partying all night.
100%.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And plus, first couple big festivals after coming out of a pandemic, it's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
People are
fucking
gonna
nuts.
go nuts.
People
Like
go
it's probably
harder.
yeah. They'd be going super hard.
Steve-O's gonna be there. What?
Steve-O? Really?
He's the host.
Nice.
He's the
He's
host.
hosting.
That's badass.
I don't know what that means, but he's the host. Yeah,
He's like the MC, just introducing bands in between.
I think so. Yeah, he's like just the feature. Funny story is when we were on tour in 2018, Steve-O just happened to be in Iowa at the same time we were, and he stayed at the hotel we were staying at.
Nice.
I was like, wait a minute. Is that Steve-O? Wait a minute. And he like turned around, he had his glasses on. You could tell because he's got like his gravelly voice like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I didn't want to be like, yeah, dude, but I totally did.
It's Steve-O.
I
Yeah.
mean, it happens. It happens
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm still
Well,
looking at this lineup and I'm just like, oh my god, Nom Point.
oh yeah, you're gonna drool over it.
I
Badflower,
already am.
Beartooth.
Saul,
Yeah, there's so
Texas
many.
Hippie Coalition.
The Texas Hippie Coalition. Okay.
Fozzie's gonna be there.
Really?
Yeah.
I once saw Fozzy and I once saw Chris Jericho beat the fuck out of somebody that tried to get on their tour bus. It was intense. I was working security at the show, and somebody got on the fucking tour bus somehow and like threw their tour manager down the stairs and like broke this dude's collarbone.
Yikes.
So Jericho fucking comes out of the bus because he had his family on the bus with him because he's from Winnipeg and he was in Regina where we were. That's like 5 hours away. So whatever, he comes fucking flying out of the bus and just straight up beats the fucking shit out of this guy. It was crazy.
Jeez.
Who's gonna pull Jericho off a guy? I wouldn't. Like,
Nope.
fucking give
not.
it to him. Give a fuck. I'm not stopping you, buddy. You're crazy.
Yeah.
They wanted to press charges and shit. And I was like, fair enough. We'll try to hold this guy till the cops come, I guess. I don't know how we'll
Yeah,
do
especially
that.
getting on if it's your bus, getting somebody stranger getting on your bus, that's all your
Right.
gear. It's
That's
your
trespassing,
it's
too.
family there. Yeah.
That's technically your residence when you're on the road.
Yeah,
like that.
that's somebody's house basically you're busting into.
Yeah, so you deserve it, I say. Yeah, this guy went crazy. Like the other part was he ran away for a while, then he came back to get his truck, and he was just like beaking at all the security guards out there, and then he ended up getting in his truck. He's drunk and high as hell, but he gets in his SUV and fucking peels out the parking lot and hits one of my buddies with his car. Now,
Oh Jesus.
the car was hurt more than my friend because my buddy was a mountain of a man. Curtis Dow, I know you're not watching, but you're a fucking legend, dude. Like, you're huge. He's got to be 6'8", 300
Wow.
some pounds. And he
Wow.
literally just like fucking Hulk smashed the hood of the car. Just fucking boom. There was like handprints on the hood of this guy's car. He didn't even fall over.
Fuck.
And the guy just took off. Cops picked him up later. I was like, fuck, that was intense. He was sore for sure, but he wasn't hurt. Like, he wasn't like,
Yeah.
it could have been worse.
Yeah, come on.
I ran the other way. I was like, fuck this. I'm out of here.
Nah, I don't want to get hit by a
Have
car.
it.
Fuck that.
I'm not getting killed for $10 an hour each shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was cool. So then
Yeah,
what?
I'm still drooling over this.
She's gonna have to
Yeah,
go.
like I've looked through it like 3 times now. And I'm
You
like,
got
oh my
time.
God.
You
Like,
got time. I
Tech
think
9.
tickets aren't sold out. Tickets aren't sold out, and you can still get a camping pass and a car lot, RV lot.
Oh,
Get an RV and just drive down or up,
right? Just,
whatever direction it is for you. Up, I guess.
it would be probably not far from just being straight across, maybe north a little bit.
I don't know the geography of Oklahoma.
It's in a weird, like I didn't realize that, like I had to drive south. I always thought Tennessee was like kind of straight across from us, but I had to drive south
Just
like
a
3.5 hours and then like
Really?
do all this weird, I don't know. It's weird. I mean, it was like I was on Interstate 40 the entire time. but it was, well, it took like the first 3 hours I wasn't, but after that it was like 11 hours on I-40, and I'm like, does this ever end?
It's going all the way across.
Yeah. It's like it never stops.
I don't know what Wacken is, but I'll have to check it out.
It's a festival in Europe.
It's a big festival in Europe, yeah. A lot
Probably
of
no download.
Yeah, a lot of European metal bands play it, and a lot of I guess what the fuck I'm trying to think.
Non-metal.
A lot of.
Is there such a thing as a non-European metal band? All European bands are metal.
They're all metal bands, right?
Pretty close.
Jane, right? And you guys know there's no bands over in Europe that aren't metal, is there? I haven't heard of any. Like Blind Guardian, Nicole. You're such a huge Blind Guardian fan. They're European. She hates Blind Guardian as bad. I love Blind Guardian. That's fine. So in between, I guess in between waiting for this show to kick off, what's keeping you busy?
Yeah. We've been working on our 5th album. We released Panic Euphoria in February. That's the album with Blood for Blood on it. But yeah, we've pretty much got the whole 5th album written. A couple songs. We have Relentless coming out June 21st. What, in two weeks?
2 weeks. That's good.
We've been putting together the next album. Yeah, it was weird. And during quarantine, we've learned to just. I was learning to mix. We were throwing out covers, a whole bunch of covers. Just trying to do anything we can to make noise in the meantime before shows come back. And I don't know, I feel like in this day and age, if you're not releasing music all the time, you're pretty much not a band, unless you're like already established and can tour. Like if you're a smaller band like us, it's a DIY band. Like if you're not releasing music, you're just doing nothing. So
you got to keep hitting it, right? You have to keep. Otherwise, it's hard enough to stand out and get your name out there and stuff. If you stop for even like a year,
right?
Well, who the fuck are you? And then you have to. If you were gaining traction, especially, then it's like fuck.
Yeah. Unless you're like My Chemical Romance, who can go on hiatus and still have a fan, or like Rage Against the Machine and a hiatus for a couple years and come back. Yeah, we're definitely not that, but yes, you gotta keep pushing, man. I think you're competing with thousands of bands at every given moment, so you gotta define yourself and put out good product, put out good songs.
Yeah, for sure.
We try our best.
You guys, you've got some great videos on there of you and your wife singing songs from The Greatest Showman. Is that what it was?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, we've been doing I've been doing a lot of vocal covers, and we've been doing collabs as well. Like get a couple friends bands to do a couple covers with us. But yeah, people love covers, man. Yeah, my wife is a singer. She was doing choir ever since she was young. So it's like any moment I can. She loves The Greatest Showman, and to kick off the TikTok, like our TikTok that we started, I've been asking fans, like, give us suggestions. And people were suggesting like some less than metal stuff, like The Greatest Showman. And I know she loves that. So I was like, all right, let's do this with me. And of course, since she's cool, she's got no problem with it.
So how has TikTok, like, have you guys noticed like an uptick in following from that?
She's got no problem.
It seems like everybody's kind of flocking over to TikTok here lately.
I will say this. I feel like TikTok itself, since it's like the newer platform, it seems to want to help you more with that. Like platforms like Facebook and Instagram seem to be really generated on like the amount of money you put towards it. It pretty much kills your reach. But if you're using something like TikTok, even though we're like a little late to the game to use TikTok, but I definitely feel like its natural algorithm is to push like what people like towards you. So once I feel like we've only launched it like a month ago with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely taken a minute to get it going. But what up, dude?
He can't hear you. He says hi. This is Spencer. He says hi. Oh, you got it here? Okay, here we go.
He's conducting the interview now. What's up, little man?
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
Onyx.
Onyx?
Yeah.
Like the color? That's awesome.
Don't think so.
Yeah.
Or the Pokemon. Are you a Pokemon fan?
No.
You're not a Pokemon fan?
He's like,
Onyx
no.
was this. He should be. Onyx is this beautiful big black rock snake.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you a Pokemon fan?
No. No.
Oh, gotcha. It's for the stone then.
For the I don't even know how we got with that name. I can't remember. Someone said to me, like I was trying to think of a sweet name. I was like, God, that I want a name that ends in like X or something like that. And then my friend at work was like, what about Onyx? I was like, that's it. God damn it.
It's such a
Boom.
dope name.
That's a good name. And he's still here, so he'll probably pop back with us. There's my wife. Sorry, send little dude back upstairs, please. Hello. He does it often. It's fine. Sometimes Sarah's little guy comes on here and they talk. about the one
That's
show.
why I keep having to mute because he keeps coming in here and
They're the
he
same
wanted to watch
age.
Frozen.
That's
And then
funny.
he didn't want to watch Frozen, so he's been in here like 7 times. Like, hey, Mom, we put something else on. So I handed him my phone, and somehow he turned on like the personal listening thing on the Roku. And he comes back and he's like, hey, look, it's playing on your phone. That's crazy. And then he just set it down and walked off. And I'm like,
I'm downstairs.
Yeah.
what are we listening to? I don't even know what's going on. I was like, I'm doing something here, man.
I'm doing something.
Normally he's asleep by now.
Word. Kids, am I right?
Yeah, summertime.
Summer.
Kids in the summertime.
Even then,
That's,
yeah. Have they gone back to school yet? I know around Michigan, some schools have opened, but for the most part, all of them, like all the public schools, are still closed.
Out
Oh, really?
here, they did the entire school year. They started like 2 weeks late. So they just, kind of canceled their snow days and they were like, we'll do distance learning if the weather's bad. We only had 3 distance learning days all year. But
Wow.
other than that, they were in school all year. They didn't have to wear masks. Just
It's crazy.
business as usual.
Yeah, I'm currently in Dallas right now, and I mean, I think Michigan was top 3 at one point in time. I think we're like 7th in the states now of like cases, and it's such a culture shock now because there's like no one wears masks out here.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm like,
really?
okay,
Shit, I guess I'll
You're
just
like,
take this
weird.
do I
off.
take it off? Do I wear it? Like,
yeah,
I'm like I'm in the panhandle of Oklahoma, like right on the Kansas state line. So it's, it's a very red area. And
yeah,
it was very hard to, there for, I don't know, it hit here like a couple months after it had really started. So in the beginning, everybody was like, no mask, nobody cares. There's no cases here. And then all of a sudden people were still going to like Kansas City and stuff. So they were coming back and it was like, here it comes. And I think we had 2 months where people actually wore their masks. Everywhere you went, everybody had a mask on. And after that, it was like, it just kept
We don't
dwindling down more and more.
Yeah.
And now, like, if you walk into the Walmart there with a mask on, everybody's like, what are you doing?
And I think that the masks will carry on, at least if you're in a state where maybe they're just lifting mandates or things like that now. But I think they'll give people time. They won't. I don't know, or they should, because it's been fucking crazy for like a year and a half. People are wearing masks everywhere. At least I was.
yeah.
I
Same.
didn't go out a lot, but like if I go to the store or whatever, this and that, like cover up.
I definitely remember in Detroit, specifically Detroit, not just all of Michigan, we were like hitting one of the top cities, collecting cases for like a month.
Mhm.
And this
Wow.
was on like the resurgence. So in Michigan, we'd be dumb, I guess. So I don't
That
know.
was like the counties, the 3 closest counties to me in Kansas were like the highest 3 outside of like, and they're some of the most rural areas. When the
That's
second
crazy.
wave kind of started coming through, they were the highest
Yeah.
3 counties in the state. And it was like,
Wow.
what are you guys, what are y'all
No
doing?
one's there.
over here? Yeah, there's nobody here, but everybody's got it. But I don't think, last time I saw, there hasn't been an active case here or the next county over for like 2.5 months.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah, it's good.
pretty
And the
well.
faster this shit goes away, the faster we can get back to shows all the time.
Mhm. Yeah, and I went ahead and got vaccinated because I was like, I like to travel and who knows where I'll end up, Like I went to California the first part of May, and everybody was still like, they had just opened up, and everybody's like, it's so nice to be back out shopping and all. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? What do you mean?
Yeah, it's
be
crazy.
back? This is weird.
It's crazy
But-
how each state has done its own thing,
Absolutely.
and everyone takes it differently. Yeah, like out here, things are pretty much, even though there's still signs up saying like use mask when entering places, but everyone's mask free basically down here, and it feels so weird coming from Detroit, where it's
Yes.
almost the complete opposite.
there was no point during this where Texas really cared at all. They were just like, we're gonna do what we're gonna do.
It seemed like it was especially after that snowstorm you guys had too in that
Yeah.
region. There.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what? The
Yeah,
snow didn't kill us, so fuck the Rona. That's it.
Yeah, dude.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so I'm glad. It's funny being from Detroit. How it's like that seems just like a normal thing. But yeah, from what my family was telling me, it was like the infrastructure was not set up to go that quiet. Like no one has heating systems, so why would you have a heating?
That's fucking scary. That's
Yeah.
when you think about it in that sense, it's like, hey, water's gone, heat's gone, power's gone. Like that's fucked.
Yeah, like
That's
none of
normal.
the-
That's a Detroit
yeah.
normal thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of the energy companies
The
down
Canada
here, like, you just don't think about it. Like, you don't think you're going to need, like, I have never, like, it'll dip down to -2 or something like that in the winter a couple times. And, and I'm pretty far north of where they got hit the worst. But, still, like, I didn't have water for a week here.
Where in Oklahoma are you?
I'm in the Panhandle.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so you're like as far west as you can go, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Is it
I
east?
think you can
Does the Panhandle go east or west?
west.
Okay.
I'm actually at the eastern end of the Panhandle.
Okay.
But you
So you're
can
like right
drive
where it starts. Okay.
Yeah, you can drive like an hour and be in New Mexico, Colorado. I'm 20
Yes.
minutes from Texas, 5 minutes from Kansas. I can go
Gotcha.
pretty much anywhere. There's nothing
Gotcha,
here,
so
but
we're-
you can get to a lot of places very
Right.
quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, so you must not be far. I'm in like North Dallas right now, so you're probably not too far from where I am right now.
I'm like, if I go through Oklahoma City, it takes
It's like
me
3-4 hours.
It takes me
Oh, more?
6 hours to get to the American Airlines Center from my house.
Okay.
So,
So a little bit
Probably.
further than that.
yeah,
Gotcha.
depending on which way you go. There's some ways that you can go to Dallas and it takes you like 12 hours, and other ways it takes you like
Jesus.
5.5.
That's crazy.
Because you hit all those teeny tiny little towns where the speed limit's like 20 miles an hour. And
Oh
there's a
yeah,
cop,
it drops. Yeah.
yeah.
And there's just cops just waiting.
There's cops sitting there just like, hey.
Oh yeah, dude. There's just the one cop in the one town, and his job is to sit at that intersection and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then the deal, it's like 100 or 60 miles an hour. Then it's like down to fucking 20, right?
Like
Yes.
in Texas, is it still 75 in Texas, or did they go up to 80
Oh, sure.
yet?
You talking about the temperature right now?
No, speed limit.
Oh, I think there's a couple places it's 75, like the max speed limit. I think I've only seen the 75.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you'll
Maybe
be like,
further west. I think it gets like if you're like heading towards Houston or further west, like towards is El Paso to the west? I think El Paso's to the west. I think it can get to 80s.
Wow.
I feel like around the
Okay.
country, 80 is mainly like I know it's either in Utah
like
or Nevada.
interstates, and
Yeah.
I know, like we go to Amarillo a lot. Like that's where if I'm traveling, I fly out of there, and I think it's 75 there. But you'll be driving along and it's 75, and next thing you know, there's a speed limit sign that says like it'll go like 50, 40, 30, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And you're like slamming on the brakes, and there's a cop at that 30-mile-an-hour sign with the gun out, like, I gotcha. You're like,
That always happens. It's like maybe like midsection of the country, like Midwest, either Iowa, anywhere Iowa, like Mississippi, like in between that area, like the middle of the Central America part of America. It'll do that. Like even in Michigan, you'll get a couple of those. But yeah, you'll be on a 1-lane highway, which sucks because if you're in a big tour van with a trailer, you want like space.
Yeah.
But
You want the
yeah,
dual
that's
lane.
not
Yeah.
fun.
it'll be 50 and there'll be turns and turns and turns, and then suddenly it'll drop to 25, and you won't notice it for a minute, and you're like, oh shit.
And then you see that second sign that says 25, and you're like, ah!
Yeah, because it comes up so quick. Yeah, rural states is just, it's not fun to drive in a big vehicle. It's not
No,
fun.
it's-
Highway
Never.
or die.
Highway or
Yeah.
Have you ever toured across the states in the winter? Has that been a nightmare with a trailer?
Oh yeah, so in 2016, and 2000, I think it was 2017, or was it 18? We toured over the mountains in Denver, like in
Oh.
Colorado,
Yikes.
in the middle of a snowstorm both times, going up and down the mountain. Which is scary because you get like the big tractor trailer trucks going way faster than you, and they're like going down the hill, and you're like, holy fuck, dude. Like, I want to get out of the way, because you could just, how hard would it be to just slip right in front of them? And they're like no hesitation. It's like they're coming in with a vengeance after you, but you're just like, fuck, just get out of the way.
Like when you get into that part of the mountains where they have like the little path that runs off for like the runaway trucks and stuff like that. That's when I start going, I don't want to be here right now.
All right, there's a lane for runaway trucks.
Yeah, there's like a,
So if they go too fast and they can't brake fast enough, essentially what happens is there's like a breakaway, like almost like an off ramp that goes to nowhere. But also it goes, it usually goes into something like in some places I think it's like beads or pebbles or something to help slow it down, and it'll also be an incline. So you'll come and then like you'll hit it and then you'll start going up to stop the truck.
Yeah, and then it's not like every time I see those, if I'm driving in the winter, I'm like, as soon as I start seeing those, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to be here.
My brother was a truck driver, and he told me it's like, as a truck driver, you don't want to do, like, that's a severe emergency, because if you go into those things, you can't back out, because like the pebbles are meant to catch and slow you. And you need like a whatever tow truck that can pull a truck out. You get towed out. So yeah, so it means serious. It's serious business. Yeah, driving up in the winter, oh, it sucks. Also, like from Southern California to Northern, like towards Washington State, that sucks too. It's like the same thing.
Yeah,
driving up a big old mountain. There's all those mountains in the west suck. The East Coast is not so bad. It's usually like if you're going over the Appalachians in the east, it's like it's all usually twists and turns. Like going from anywhere in Atlanta, Georgia to like Tennessee sucks. Driving over Pennsylvania, it sucks. Like especially once you're trying to cross to New York in that direction.
Yeah.
Just because it's all mainly twists. It's not as like steep as like I forget what highway it is. Maybe it's 70 or something that goes right up the mountain in Denver. Through Aspen, and it's not as twisty turny, but you're up there, and it's like when it's cold, it's so much. It's always snow, ice. So it's not fun with a van and trailer.
And if you're traveling like east to west, it's so funny because like you head all the way across Kansas and there's nothing the entire time you're on 70 there, and then the first part of Colorado, it's still pretty like just straight nothing, and out of nowhere it's like, oh, hey, there are mountains here. Oh, this is not fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it sucks.
Well, there's a mountain.
It's huge there too. The mountains are big. They're very big there. I feel like out of all the touring that we've done in this country, the biggest areas are like when you cross from California to maybe it's actually in Oregon, but and then obviously the central Denver, like between Aspen and Denver, because like once you head west out of Denver, you're basically starting to go up a mountain. Like that whole mountain range. And then you don't like
those hairpin curves, and I don't like driving the mountains at all.
The turning, I feel like the turning isn't as bad, but yeah, you're like going up and down, and it's fat. Like when you're carrying like what 10 tons of, I don't even know how much a trailer is. You start to really pick up speed as you're coming down, so you're like, oh crap. But yeah, like, and then you're in it like from Denver till like somewhere in maybe Salt Lake or just east of Utah.
Yeah.
Like East Utah. It's rough, but yeah. It's still fun.
So
Do
fun.
you ever get out and hike when you're?
Only when we break down.
what's
Which happens
the
too
longest hike? Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the longest
Yeah,
hike you've
way
had
too
doing
much.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, we have in Texas, we broke down and we had to, I think we rode an hour and a half. We got towed an hour and a half. And then in Utah, it was like almost the same thing. We broke down and then had to drive. We detached the trailer and had half the van wait while we drove to go get another trailer because we completely lost one trailer. And then we drove back. So it was like a 4-hour drive just to go get a trailer and back. We basically went up the hill, up the mountain towards Denver. It was like halfway through Colorado. So I remember it was like a 3-hour drive to go get it and come back.
Oh man.
It sucked, yeah. My band, I don't think we've had one tour where we've not broken down. And this tour was like a shorter one. It was like a 16-day tour as opposed to full tour. So always support your bands out there because driving is the worst. So,
Make it worth their while when they do get there. If
Absolutely.
they get there safely.
because it's like, yeah, every band breaks down all the time. We've never not had a tour. Just the one is the only time we've ever not broken down. Because we just bought a brand new vehicle is basically what it was.
Nice.
Well, and especially like, you guys have got bunks in there, and like then you've got some bands that are, they're all just like crammed in, sleeping like whichever way, and taking turns driving, and that's
it's the same. I feel like the bunks, like every when we had like a E350 shuttle bus, and that was the best situation as far as like the living quarters, because then you could like fully stand up in the vehicle, which is like a must. And the bunks, like in a van, the bunks are maybe like 6 foot in length. The shuttle bus, I think each one was like 8 feet. So it's like, and you had like maybe like 3 feet above you, like it was like a 2 foot clearance. So you could fully stretch out, and it was amazing. But yeah, it's like, even if we've done tours where we're no bunks, just crammed on the floor. We did one in like it wasn't a Sprinter, but it was like the Ford version of a Sprinter, where we just pulled out all the seats except for one bench. And the sleeping on the floor of a van is not fun either.
No.
So a bunk is just a step up, man. Even in the van seats, everything has its pros and cons. So touring, it's great depending on what you have to drive it. Even the buses can be awesome, but they're going to be moving a lot more. So it's like even the nicer buses suck too. So.
I don't know. My favorite part of buses was always like when they had the little thing that went, like the little extension that goes out. Like we would sit there and pretend we were on a roller coaster, and then we're like, okay,
like an RV.
Yeah, like they have the little camper extension type thing, and when it goes, like whenever it'd be time to pull it in for the night, everybody'd sit on the couch, put their hands and feet up, and be like, wee, and then everybody goes to bed and gets rocked all over the place all night long.
Yeah.
It's like, yay, all that money just so we can go wee for 30 seconds.
Oh yeah, dude. Plus RVs, like our shuttle bus was definitely like it costs a lot more money to maintain. So that's why we got rid of it. Yeah, everything definitely has its pros and cons. Yeah, that's why I can't imagine that we've never toured in like a tour bus per se, like an actual professional tour bus. So one day.
Soon.
Yeah,
I'm sure that'll be like that's the lap of luxury. No complaining from me.
Yeah.
I think that's so funny because like you get bands that like they started out in vans and everything else, and then they get to buses, and then after they've been in a bus for a while, they're like, oh, this and that. Like they always come up with this list of complaints, and it's like, bro, like, do you want to? We got a Ford van out back. We can throw you in there for a couple of days if you want some perspective again.
See if you missed it. Yeah,
exactly. Little attitude adjustment.
Well, I know some bands would like when we were on a couple tours, they would drive around in like a regular van, but then they'd get hotels every night.
Yeah, I've heard bands that go and they rent. Now the big thing is renting Airbnbs all along the way. That's what I've heard, but that's crazy. This is like a lot of work for one night, but if it's cheaper than a hotel, why
That's
the hell
just
not?
the price of living. That's the price of
Right.
living when you're in a band.
Yeah.
Hence
I
why
mean, I
being a
guess the
booking
thing-
agent. Hence why being a booking agent is probably the hardest thing, because that's
Right.
essentially what you got to think about too.
You got to figure
Yeah.
out where they're gonna, what
Where
they're
the
gonna
hell
do.
are we gonna sleep?
I guess I could see where an Airbnb would be like a practical thing if you were doing like the ones where it's like a private room and
Yeah.
it's just a deal where everybody needs to take a shower and then you hit the road. And it's like, sometimes those are like $30-$40 and that'd be a hell of a
Yeah.
lot better than a $120 hotel room or
I'll say this. So the pros to so what we do is, since we went the bunks route, and we're like very typical of breaking down, we will after the show we'll head out and we'll find a Planet Fitness if there's a Planet Fitness nearby, so we all have memberships, and we'll take showers in the Planet Fitness. But like, I can imagine staying at an Airbnb, it'd be great because then you don't really have to worry about people stealing your ride as much.
yeah.
And everyone can get a nice bed. The worst part about driving and sleeping is like, it's not a cohesive thing. Like, that's the one thing about a bus is basically you're just paying for the luxury of not having to drive it. Like, I think
Yeah.
most people, I think there are bands that drive their own buses, but you're also paying for the space, which is more money. But yeah, it just depends on your budget. But like I said, everything has its pros and cons. It's definitely what you get used to. I think some bands, once they tour, be like, they'll never go back to a van. And I was like, just wait,
Just wait. Yeah.
because buses are expensive.
You got to make enough money doing your shit to pay for the
And that's,
bus.
that's even like I saw the corgi back there. I was about to
Yeah,
say,
hey,
"There's a dog."
This is my wife, by the way.
I can't hear you, but
Yeah,
hello.
they know. And that's Bristol.
Bristol.
Aw.
What a kitty.
Hey,
Corgis.
Bristol. Yeah, she's a nightmare sometimes. She's got a big personality, don't you, Bristol? But she's awesome. I've always wanted a corgi. I've wanted one for like 12 years. So
There
I
you
finally
go.
got one.
There you go.
That's what
That's
everybody
awesome.
thought my dog was a corgi when he was like little, but he's.
I thought it was.
He's like a boxer.
What kind of dog?
He's half boxer, border collie, and rat terrier.
Yeah, the border collie is like similar to the corgi breed. They're like family. Same with like the Australian shepherds and stuff. They're all like this from the same like DNA.
Yeah, like he's got that light. He's colored a lot like her. And then when he was little, he had like the boxer, like the smushed up boxer snout, and now it's lengthened out. So until his legs started getting long, everybody's like, "Oh, is he a corgi?" I was like, "No, but that would be really sweet if he looked like one."
Yeah, there's been times since it's funny because now that I have a corgi, I feel like I see corgis all the time, when before I didn't. I would never, like, seeing a corgi was like rare. It was like seeing a dinosaur.
Yeah.
So it's weird. And I've come across some that I was like, wow, that doesn't look like a corgi, but it was.
My cat was hitting the button to make the
comments come up?
back up.
That's awesome. Well, shit, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Spencer. I wish you all the best on your tour and on your show. Anyhow, hopefully you guys fucking kill it. And I'm looking forward to the next album. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Keep us in the loop because we'll play the
definitely
hell out of
send
your
us that
stuff on this
music.
album.
'Cause
I was gonna say I can't drop our link tree in the comments, but yeah, we have a pre-save. Since we've done our TikTok. If anybody has TikTok, that you can go do we do it like a giveaway for a lot of our singles. If you just do like the couple of the rules, you can enter to win some merch. But at the end of the day, you get our song. You pre-save our new song that comes out June 21st.
June 21st.
Sweet.
Okay, look forward to
definitely. Let us know. We'll spin that as soon as it comes out for sure.
Oh, for sure.
100%. And please, guys, go check out A War Within on all your streaming platforms, everything like that. Social medias. You got a great social media channel on Facebook. Like I said, the covers are awesome. And
thank you.
A War Within are fucking killer. So go check them out. Show them some love.
Thank you so much.
The hearts on Spotify actually mean stuff sometimes. It helps. It helps the
playlisting
algorithm.
is huge.
Yeah.
Playlisting's huge. Yeah, so do what you gotta do for the local guys. These guys are, working their ass off to give you guys a good tune. So Least we can do. We appreciate it, dude.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
All right. Sorry, my child's swinging a jump rope and I got completely distracted. But thank you for being with us.
Oh,
and we've got
anytime.
more. There we go. Okay, I'm going to roll the outro now because he finally put the jump rope down and I don't think I'm going to get hit in the face. We'll see you next week.
Good luck out there.
Take care, dude.